they're actually giving away an Usyk signed glove. Jump onto the Boxing King Media Instagram page. You'll see a post with the thumbnail of Johnny Nelson and Dominic Ingle pinned to the top. Just click on that post, the instructions on how to get yourself in the draw are on there. There's only about 100 people in the draw at the minute, so you got a good chance of winning.
We're here today with KD. KD, I'm Ben from Boxing King Media.
You know, I'm rolling right now.
Oh.
Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Mr. KD, part of Team AJ Management. We're here for the media day responsibilities. How you kind of finding this fight week compared to any other fight week, you know, Monday?
You know what, I think over the last few years going to Saudi Arabia, we've kind of known that fight week is actually a week of commitments. So usually it's the back end of the week, but I think we're used to it now.
Excitement wise, concerns wise, any different compared to previous fights? Pressure as well?
Nah, do you know what? I feel like we've been here before. I feel like it's nothing new to us. I think we've gone through all the hurdles that you have in getting to a fight night. So I just feel like it's another one to go.
One of the things I want to ask you, KD, is like you've obviously been with AJ since day one. Like we were talking back to school, college days. For the fans out there, could you maybe share a memory of AJ before we talk about all the boring boxing related stuff?
A memory?
Yeah, like an old school memory that, you know, maybe a moment you guys had together that's something people may not know.
Do you know what? I'd rather not, if I'm honest with you, but we'll save that for a longer sit down. Yeah. We'll go through that all.
Nothing short, like, you know, something you might have had a conversation that's transpired to this where we are now. You must have had aspirations as young friends, you know, walking around in college, school, whatever.
You know what? I think the aim was just to always create a better life for our families. So I feel like the days of dreaming and making the dreams become a reality is a great part of the journey, and it's been amazing to watch him do it and be along with him doing it.
How has he evolved as a person who's dealt with the highs of winning big fights, the lows, dealing with the fans jumping on his back, to fans tearing him apart online? Do you get me? So has that kind of changed him as a person?
Do you know what? I feel like, in all honesty, I don't feel like it's ever surprised him. I think from day one he's kind of always understood what the boxing industry is. I feel like he was very well educated coming into the sport, as a businessman, as a boxer, very green in some aspects, but I feel like he's always had his wits about him. So I don't feel like it's come as a surprise, but maybe for me more than him, but I think he's dealt with it quite well.
We'll talk about the fight in the face-off. One of the things I picked up was that he called Daniel. He said to Frank Warren, "Tell your little boy," and that was quite. You know, where do you think that comes from? Does he see himself as like because he's not that much older? We're talking about 8 years.
8 years is a long time, you know. I don't know. I can't speak for him on that, but that just sounds like him, if you know what I mean. Not in a condescending way, but I think it's just chat. So I wouldn't read too much into it. I feel like the way I've seen him preparing camp shows that the respect for Daniel as another fighter is definitely there. We've gone to the ends of the earth in training camp, pushing. So I can't act as if he's looked at this isn't a task ahead of him.
One of the things he raised, which was quite an important point, he talked about Dan having potentially 3 people in his corner, and then AJ highlighted that when he's had trainers in his corner, more than one, and he's changed trainers, it's kind of been portrayed as a negative thing, but for Dan it's been portrayed as a positive thing. You know, you as somebody part of his team, can you elaborate on that?
I just think you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Sometimes, like, you could sit here and be like, why always me, and play the victim, but it is what it is. People will chat shit, people will applaud the same thing when someone else does it, and I think that's another part of boxing that you start seeing, how the wind can change direction. So I don't really think much of it. It is what it is.
As his friend, if he wins, how much does it mean to you if he joins the likes of Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Vitaly Klitschko, Evander Holyfield as a 3-time heavyweight world champion?
As a friend, I think it's just something that I always knew would happen after we didn't get the belts back in Saudi. let's say as management, it's amazing to see that we're back in the position that we wanted to be in. So yeah, there's both sides of it, but it's all joy to be here. So let's just get the belt back in his hands.
And I've got to ask you, it'd be crazy not to ask you. You will have seen the back and forth. Well, it's not been back and forth, but it's been FROCH, who had a lot to say about the fight, the fact that he's for a world title, and obviously about AJ and his achievements. Would you make a lot of the stuff that he's come out with in recent months?
I don't listen to Carl, if I'm honest with you. I'll be completely like hand on
Hard
heart.
to believe.
No, I swear to you, I'm not even joking. You know, I keep up with the internet, but I don't tune into his videos. I couldn't watch him. I just feel like,
You seen the headlines of the stuff that he said?
obviously I've seen a few back and forths and whatnot, but to say that I've sat down and watched any minutes of his interviews or what he said, I feel like a long time ago I tuned out to him as a person and his opinion. I felt like it was reaching in the boxing world for attention. And Carl, as a fighter, he gave us some great nights to watch, some unbelievable stories in his fight career, but past boxing and the social clout that seems to be thirsty for, I don't really tune into it or rate it. So I'll leave that to him and get his views and his subscribers up and his ad revenue or whatever it is he's doing it for. But I just don't think that's how, when retired, you should really be acting towards the game. And I think that shows why he's not one of the main broadcasters anymore.
And then the last question on that, obviously AJ responded to him in messages and he obviously put some bits out. What did you, I know you must have known that, what did you kind of make of that?
It is what it is. Look, he's his own man. They're all their own men, so I don't really care, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, his opinion is very irrelevant. The fight's still going on, his career's still going on, and he's still doing videos with his wife cheering in the back or whatnot. So.
And then, how does AJ win? Obviously, you're going to pick AJ. How does he beat Daniel Dubois?
Beautifully. It's going to be a night to remember, another one in the history books. So I won't say too much, but it'll be amazing to watch.
Any fights in the undercard you're looking forward to the most?
I'm focused on the main event, but who am I looking forward to on the undercard?
Sunny Showtime.
Oh, Sunny Showtime, my guy, come through. Top manager here as well, you know. Man's putting his fighters in big fights last minute, and I see you.
I'm not sure about the outfit though.
Sunny's
Do you know what?
from Sheffield.
There's a lot of people I take advice for, yeah, but someone that won't even put their face on camera is definitely not one of them. You know what I mean, KD? You know them ones there?
I hear you.
Fair response.
You know them ones
You
there?
said, are you good?
I wear this because I like to be seen. You know what I mean? It's not
We've got a
hidden.
big fight going on. Congrats.
We always got a big fight going on.
I know.
Always got a big fight going on.
What do you think of his fight with Galal?
Oh, it's been a long time coming,
What do you
isn't
think,
it?
KD?
What do I think?
What do you think, KD?
I basically live with both of these guys in Sheffield.
I know
so
you've seen, innit?
Listen, it's going to be a great night, and I can't believe it's actually happening. I can't believe it. So it's a good one in the books for the family as well. I think the build-up's going to be amazing. Hopefully Eddie puts a couple of my fighters on there, so I'm proper in the mix. So let's see.
Thank you for your time, Sonny. I'm going to grab you on your own in a minute. Thank you.
KD legend, man.